Daryl Willie Insurance. Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you guys are watching this thing. You know I like to bring you insurance information. I like to try to help you solve whatever problems you can solve where insurance can be the solution. I'm the guy I want you to talk to. Also, I want to talk to you about different things about money, personal finance, so you can watch your money. You know, America's a money game. America's expensive, and you want to stay in the game. You want to be able to enjoy life, and you want to enjoy life without always looking at the price tag, right? So we want to make sure our money is right. So I am in a casual mood today, but Megan Haney put out a great article. I want to go over it real quick, so I won't hold you long, but it's very important. Feds, that means the Federal Reserve's favorite inflation gauge rises faster than expected in March. Labor Department releases closely watched inflation data. Okay? An inflation measure closely watched by the Federal Reserve rose faster than expected in March as high prices continue to weigh on millions of Americans. That's us. From the Personal Consumption Expenditures Index showed that the consumer prices rose 0.3% from the previous month, according to the Labor Department, in line with expectations. On an annual basis, prices climbed 2.7% higher than both the 2.6% forecast from LSEG economists and the 2.5% reading recorded the previous month. So we're trending in the wrong direction, okay, guys? Inflation's still going up. Now, in another sign that progress on inflation is stalling, okay, core prices, which strip out more than volatile measurements of food and energy, which I do not understand. Well, I do, because it's a game, but I'm not going to go there on this one. When they run these inflation things, they take out food and energy. What sense does that make when our biggest expenditures are food and energy? I'll say that for another day. And another sign of that progress on inflation is stalling. Core prices, which strip out the more volatile measurements of food and energy, climbed 0.3% from the previous month and 2.8% from the previous year. Now think about that. They take out food and energy, right? These are two big ticket items for us every month. And still, without food and energy, inflation's still going up. Think about it. Okay, those figures are both higher than what was seen in the previous month, trending in the wrong direction. Progress on inflation certainly appears stalled. Stalled would be, we're going to hold tight. That's not stalled if it's moving in the wrong direction. It's moving. It's not stalled. But this is what they're saying. Progress on inflation certainly appears to be stalled. Prices grew in March at the same relative pace as in February, said Elizabeth Renter, data analyst at NerdWallet. You guys know NerdWallet. The good news is this. They didn't further accelerate. I am here in the Chicago area, hence the Chicago Bulls hat, okay? Regular unleaded fuel right now, up street, is $4.24. Now, if that's not acceleration, I don't know what she's seeing, because I don't know where she's living. But our prices here in the Chicagoland, in the Midwest, accelerating, okay? The not great news, if you're watching for the Fed to cut rates and you still haven't pulled up a seat to get comfortable. Why? Because the Feds are not going to cut rates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. I don't see how the Feds can cut rates when they keep printing money and the debt is this high. A lot of things will have to get revalued if they cut rate. Not a good thing. But you have people out there hoping they go back to zero interest rates and they wake up tomorrow and it's 2019 all over again. It's not going to happen. We're in a new world. Now, while the Fed is targeting the PCE headline figure as it tries to wrestle consumer prices back to 2%. Chair Jerome Powell previously told reporters that core data is actually a better indicator of inflation. Both the core and headline numbers point to inflation that is still running well above the Fed's preferred 2%. Okay, so my opinion, they will reevaluate the 2% and they will probably be happy with 3 if they can get it. I'm just saying. I don't know if it'll ever go back down to 2%. No time soon. Okay, now you have people out there still want to buy houses and cars, and this is why I say we have to talk about the money. Prices for goods climbed 0.1% over the course of March, despite a 1.2% jump in energy costs. Remember that. While services prices were up 0.4%, according to the reports. These are our everyday items. That means the typical family is spending about $237,482 over the course of 18 years to raise a child. And that is excluding the cost of college. Let me give you that again. They're looking at the prices and how they've risen. They've taken those numbers, they've done their calculations, and they're saying that means that a typical family is spending about $237,482 over the course of 18 years to raise a child. And that's excluding the cost of college, which some of you probably won't care because you're hoping Uncle Joe just wipe college debt completely out and you can do everything for free. But until the freebie party starts, it's costing money still to go to college, and it's expensive. Okay, expensive to raise a child, expensive to go to college. High inflation has created severe financial pressures for most U.S. households, which are forced to pay more for everyday necessities like food and rent. Okay? The burden is disproportionately borne by low-income Americans whose already stretched paychecks are heavily affected by price fluctuations. Okay. Other figures include, in the report, showed that consumer spending rose 0.8%. So even though you guys see the prices going up, seems like people are still spending. Spending's on a rise in March. Okay, unchanged from the previous month, suggesting that Americans are continuing to open their wallets despite steeper prices. Why would the Fed cut and you're still spending money? Just think about it. Many economists anticipate that spending will slow further in the coming months as consumers continue to grapple with expensive goods, higher interest rates, and the resumption of federal student loan payments. Did you hear that? Many economists anticipate that spending will slow further in the coming months, okay, as consumers continue to grapple with expensive goods, high interest rates, and the federal student loan payments resuming. Federal student loan payments resuming. Everything costs. You have to watch every dollar. That's why you should be shopping rates, and don't let your insurance be the thing that breaks your budget. Okay. The report comes as Federal Reserve policymakers weigh when to start cutting interest rates amid concerns that progress on inflation has stalled. Investors have steadily dialed back their expectations as central bank officials signal they are not in any rush to cut the interest rates. That means you're going to continue to see these high prices. It's here. This is life. Life gets more expensive. All right, I'm in the Midwest, I'm in Chicago, but I grew up on the East Coast. I don't remember ever seeing prices go down. I remember seeing prices go up. Ask anybody from the East Coast. Prices go one way, up. Okay? So, that's why you have to learn to manage your money. The hot inflation readings through March should write off any rate cuts in the first half of 2024. So they're telling you, don't look for rate cuts because of this high inflation. They're not cutting. Don't even look for it. Given the momentum for the economy and prices, we don't expect the Fed to strongly consider easing monetary policy until September's meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, strap in. You're going to have to keep battling the high cost of things and inflation. I am not trying to scare you. You don't have to live in fear when you use your noodle up here. You want to build a team around you. Get you a good insurance person. Get you a good accountant. Get you a good everything. Build a team, okay? Come together and ride off of other people's experience and their knowledge base and their resources to help you put together a winning plan for you and your family. That's what you have to do. Teamwork make the dream work, right? That's why we're here. All right, so that's the story. Inflation's up. They're not lowering interest rates anytime soon, and we just got to keep battling this high cost of things. I know you guys probably feel like you have cut back as much as you can cut back, but I am here to tell you, keep your head in the game. Keep your emotions in check. You're going to get through this. I promise you, you will get through this. Just keep going. All right? Have a good one. Appreciate you spending the time with me. See you next time.